Here we are with most of our tools that we're going to use on this project. We're going to start assembling the hangers. What you need to do is try to assemble the hanger so the center line of the wheel to the back of the hanger plate is approximately half the thickness of your door. In our particular case, our door is 1 3/4 inches thick, but we're going to have it 15/16 from the back of the hanger plate to the center line of the wheel to give ourselves some more clearance behind the door so the bolt heads don't rub against the wall. We're going to take the components and reassemble the spacers, the washers around to accommodate that distance that you want from the center of the wheel to the back of the hanger plate. So usually there's going to be washers behind the wheel, then the single 1/2 inch spacer, and then more washers before you get to the hanger plate. And then when you put the hanger plate on, make absolutely certain that you're putting it in the hole that's closest to one end of the hanger plate. That hole is centered 3/4 of an inch down from the top of the hanger plate. And then put on your last washer and acorn nut. Tighten that acorn nut down with a 5/8 wrench. Only go finger tight, don't tighten it too much. Between the bottom of the wheel and the top of the door and the edge of the door and the edge of the hanger plate. If you're following our default install instructions, use these setup blocks to set your spacing and then a clamp once you've positioned them into place. Make sure the wheel is tight to the top of the door and parallel to the edge of the door with your setup blocks. And then clamp in place. Having the hanger plate on the face of the door that it will be permanently installed, drill straight down through the holes with a 3/8 bit. The 3/8 bolts we supply are normally a 1/2 inch longer than the thickness of the door, unless you want to countersink the bolts in the back of the door to give you more clearance. Then we would supply a 1/4 inch shorter bolts. Have the acorn nut on the face of the door on the hanger plate. Tighten the acorn nut with a 5/8 wrench and a 9/16 wrench on the bolt head. These bolt heads to be proud of the door and stick out towards your wall. You can request the bolts to be a 1/4 inch shorter so you can countersink them flush with the back of the door. The install instructions gives 2 different ways of installing the floor guide. You can put one in front of the door and one behind the door, or our preferred method is the kit comes with a single floor guide. Take a slot cutter bit, which was already done ahead of time on this door. That's a 1/4 inch wide, 9/16 deep, and cut a slot in the center bottom of the door. That allows the door to slide easily over the top of this floor guide. Generally, the clearance from the bottom of the door to the floor is a 1/2 inch. And this floor guide goes up into that slot about a 1/2 inch.
Mark and drill your lag mounting holes on each end of the track and approximately 16 inches on center or on every stud. Using supplied 6mm drill bit, drill from the back side of the track centered on the vertical leg of the track. Using 1/8 inch spring pin, if joining multiple sections of track, drive it about 1/3 to half the way in the hole, and then clamp one section of track down and protecting the other end, gently tap the 2 tracks together. Then using T-nut, tighten the set screws down with an Allen wrench to align the tracks. If using default placement location for hangers on door, mark stop hole 1.5 in from the end of the track. Then using supplied 6mm drill bit, drill in the very bottom center of the valley of the track. Put 6mm bolt in from the bottom with the head facing down and the threads facing up. Then tighten the nut on the bolt. Mark top of track on wall. Refer to installation instructions for more detail on this, but it is typically 1.15 inches to 2 inches plus the height of the door slab. End of track is usually the edge of the door when it is centered on the opening. Make sure top of track marks are level across length of track. When installing lag screws, it is best to have a solid header for the full length of the track. Always install the first lag screw in the middle of track and then work out both directions to the end, leveling and straightening as you go. Before installing door, put stop bolt in one end of the track and leave the other end open, and then slide door in from end of track. If the end of track cannot be left exposed, you can take the axle off the hangers, place the door under the track, and then push the axle back through the hole on the hanger plate and tighten the nut in place with the door under the track. If you have a wood floor, go ahead, screw the floor guide in place, centering it in the curve and the door hanging plumb. If rather you have a masonry floor and you don't want to drill screws into it, you can mix JB Weld up, scuff the bottom of the floor guide, and use the epoxy to mount the floor guide to the masonry floor.